Good morning. Bama Grits. You can see my sign back there. I haven't done a video in a while, and it's getting close to Thanksgiving, and I was on a live stream this morning, and I just couldn't think of any excuse why I shouldn't do a video today, since I already had it all set up. So I want to talk to you. It's getting to be Thanksgiving. It's getting close. And about 1982, I came to know the Lord, and it was in October, so Thanksgiving was coming up. Well, we had a lady come into our church who was known to prophesy to people, and I had been going to church just long enough that when she started calling people out and prophesying to them, I knew just enough about their life to know that what she was saying was true about them. And I'm like, who told her all this stuff? Because that was just kind of different for me. I had never been around that before, but she was talking about everybody being given a gift. And we all are, by the way. If you don't know what your gift is, I'll tell you in a little while how to figure out what your spiritual gift is. Because everybody in this world God has a plan for you and for your life. But anyway, this lady called me out. Well, nobody knew me or a whole lot about me there. But when I got up there, she said to me, she said, honey, she said, I can see, wait a minute, I'm trying to get my camera adjusted here, y'all. I'm trying to get it fixed. She said, honey, I can see you really, really love the Lord, but it hasn't always been that way. And I thought, well, that's true. And she reached out and took my hands. Well, I didn't know her, so I just kind of jerked my hands back. And she said, you may ask me why I touch. The Lord said when I touch, He touches. And I thought, oh, okay then. So I put my hands back in hers. And she said, and then the next words that came out of her mouth were loud. And she said, I have called you to do a special work. You are the one I have chosen to do a special work, and you will cook cakes and pies and goodies, and you'll place scriptures on them and give them to people, and they will cherish those words. And I thought, I already knew about that gift, Lord, because that's something I kind of had already done. And I said, okay. So, and then she said, and I know the desires of your heart, and at that appointed time, I will give you the yes. But as for now, I have you waiting before me, teaching you my ways, and my ways are good, thus saith the Lord. Well, I went back to my seat and just sat there and kind of thought about what she had said for a while. And so 2 or 3 days later, I went to my pastor and I said, I think that lady missed God. And he said, really, Sharon? I said, yep, really. He said, how you figure? And I said, well, she said I was going to be doing all this cake baking and pie baking and giving it to people. And I said, the Lord knows I really don't like to cook. So I think she missed God. He said, well, just set that on a shelf somewhere and wait on the Lord to see what He does. I said, okay. So I did. Didn't think any more about it. Well, one day I was doing nails. I was a manicurist, and I was sitting there and I was just filing away, just, filing and buffing and polishing. And the Lord out of the blue just spoke to me. And He said, I want you to do dressing for the Jimmy Hill Mission. And I thought, what is a Jimmy Hill Mission? I had never heard of a Jimmy Hill Mission. And I thought, must be a place for, I don't know, a halfway house or homeless people or something. I don't know. So I looked in the phone book, and guess what? There was a Jimmy Hill Mission. I thought, wow, okay. So I called the number up. This was back in the days before internet, before you could Google something, and I had to look it up in the phone book. But there it was. So I called, and this man answered the phone. His name was Brother Leo. And I said, well, you're going to think I'm nuts. However, the Lord told me He wants me to make dressing for Jimmy Hill Mission for Thanksgiving. He said, wonderful. He said, I had a lady call me yesterday, and the Lord told her to bake 10 cakes. And I thought, whew, Lord, I'm so glad I got the dressing and not 10 cakes. But anyway, and we went on talking, and he was telling me where I needed to bring it and how they would be doing it and everything. So before I hung up, I said, oh, by the way, I said, how many do I need to make dressing for? He said, oh, around 300. What? 300. Okay, then. And I hung up, and I was like, okay, God, don't know how to do this. You're going to have to show me how. Boom. And so he did. He began to show me in my mind's eye how I was going to do that. And I thought, wow, that makes it seem kind of simple. Well, just before Thanksgiving, I had this huge thing hit my checking account where my ex-husband was supposed to pay all the bills, and I was supporting myself and the 2 children, and I thought, well, okay then, so I can do this. But all of a sudden, I got garnished for over $800 from an old bill that he didn't pay. And it wiped me out. I mean, totally wiped me out. And I had bills out on that money, and I had paid bills, so I had no money left, and all these checks floating out there. And I was like, whew, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? So the Lord began to bring people to me, and they would say, hey, the Lord just showed me you needed a turkey for Thanksgiving. I'd be like, yeah. So they would say, do you want me to give you money or bring you a turkey? Well, some of them might say, well, just bring me a turkey or just give me the money, whatever. But anyway, God ended up supplying everything I needed to make that dressing for 300 people. I made like 6 huge industrial-sized pans of dressing to freeze to carry to him on Monday so that they could take it out and unfreeze it and cook it on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Well, meanwhile, a friend of mine called me and she said, hey, my husband wants you to meet us at the Waffle House tomorrow morning and have breakfast. I said, oh, yay, that sounds fun. Let's do that. Well, the next morning we went, and he said, the Lord showed me you needed $847.13. And I'm like, what? So God, he just wrote me out a check. And so God covered the deficit that I had in my checking account. And I was like, wow, God, you are for real. And that was just, I was just blown away. So I carried the dressing down there to Jimmy Hill Mission, and he had to show me their new steam bar that somebody had just donated to the mission. And sure enough, it was for homeless people who walk the streets of Birmingham. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And so as it turned out, I did dressing for 300 for the next 9 years for Jimmy Hill Mission. And so, when you have a gift and you learn what that gift is, it's not a chore. It becomes a ministry. And God, like I said, he has a ministry for each and every one of us. I don't care who you are. You have something that he created you to do. And, if you don't know what that is, there's tests that you can take, and I'll try to list them in the link down here underneath where you can read. I'm trying to look and see if I can find it, because there's tests that you can take to see what your gift is. And that was really a blessing to me, because I didn't have a clue up until then. But if it doesn't matter to you what your gift is, just start somewhere, because he will help you accomplish whatever it is if you trust him. And he'll do what's best for you when you need it. Whatever your blessing is or whatever your need is, it doesn't matter. But I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. It's a time for families to be together. My house has always had a revolving door on it. Around Thanksgiving time, we have people that we don't know. We still have people that we don't know who come in, and the kids always bring somebody with them that we don't know, but we all share a meal together, and that's a blessing to me. That's what makes Thanksgiving special to me. But anyway, y'all just have a blessed day. It's a short video, but I just want to share that with you because it's always been a near and dear story to my heart, and that is, let the Lord use you in whatever aspect that you think you're gifted in, and let yourself be a blessing to somebody. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. I love you, and I hope to see you soon, that I'm back to making videos. Maybe I can keep it up. I've gotten through a hard part of losing my husband. One of the hard parts, because it's all hard. It's not been easy. But you know what? God is providing a way. And he's showing me who I am. And I've had to find my new me. But my new me still includes blessing him and blessing his people. I want to bless you. I want to bless those around me. I want to bless those I haven't even met yet. I just want to be a blessing and a vessel to him, to be able to encourage you, to be able to help you if I can help you, to even house you if you need housing. And I'm really picky about who I choose to do that. But y'all have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. You know, one time I got into that old habit. You go into a church and people say, "Hey, how are you?" They'd say, "I'm highly blessed of God." Or, "I'm blessed and highly favored." Well, I fell into that little cliche myself. And people would say to me, "How are you?" "Oh, I'm blessed of God." "How are you?" And they'd say, "I'm blessed and highly favored." And one day I said that, and the Lord said to me, "Why don't you concentrate on blessing others and let me concentrate on blessing you?" Wow. Okay, so the next person I saw who said, "How are you?" I said, "I'm a blessing." And they looked at me like I had two heads. I had not responded correctly to the church cliches that we get caught up in sometime. But I learned then that it is so much better to be a blessing than it is to be blessed. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I hope to see you sooner rather than later. Bye.